Well, I was not in the mood of doing a combined 11 of Arsenal versus Manchester United because all teams are really having huge players that they are missing. United doesn't have Dalot, they don't have Casemiro, they don't have Anton Martial, they don't have who else? Jadon Sancho is out. Arsenal doesn't have Gabriel Jesus. You get? So it looked like a little bit of an imbalance to do this because I wanted to do this combined 11 when all these players are really around and having a run at one another. But because you guys have called in for it, I said, let me come here and really give it to you because you've called for it. And here on Rokani Media Football, when you call it, when you request, you got served. Not so? Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. It's match day, big day. Arsenal versus Manchester United. To me, it's not a title decider game, but it's going to have a very big impact on who is winning the title. This is the magnitude at which this game is right about now. So smash the like button, comment and share, and continue to subscribe to this channel because we want to hit 11,000 subscribers, and we are left with just 300 to hit 11,000 subscribers. So let's continue subscribing. How do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner, that's the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you to get notified every time we upload a video onto this channel. Now, as things stand, it's really all rosy for Arsenal. It's really Arsenal fans are really having a very good ride. But on this combined 11, you want to see what is running into what is running through my mind as far as these players are really concerned, because many people have come around and given their views, but I'm going to give my view, and it's my view, guys. It's my view. So if at all you feel like you are not okay with it, the comment section is the place to go out and really put out your view, because I will come every view as far as the combined 11 is concerned, because we won't agree on everything, but I believe most of the positions we are going to agree. I'm 100% sure. I think there are going to be like two contentious positions that are really going to be so much argumentative about, because every side believes that their player is the best into that position in the league. So let's get rolling into this combined 11, and Rokani David is my name. Now, the system we've chosen is 4-3. Sorry about that. We are going to play a 4-3-3 system. That's the system we've chosen. Goalkeeper, 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, of which one is a central defensive midfielder. The 2 are really attacking midfielders. Then 3 forwards, a right forward, a left forward, and a center forward. That's it. Now, let's get this rolling. We go to that is the pitch where our players are going to be really demarcated and put. Now, this is where the party starts. Tighten your seatbelts, guys, because I'm going to give you my view on who I believe, if at all Erik ten Hag would have these two teams, or Arteta, who would he pick ahead of the other? One, in goalkeeper, Arsenal is having Ramsdale, United is having David De Gea. You know, I've seen very many people coming out and really say that David De Gea is only a short stopper. But if at all you've been watching him keenly this season, he has added ball distribution, sweeper goalkeeping onto his game. Aaron Ramsdale too has been really excellent. I told you, remember in that preview, in that match reaction of Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal, Arsenal won that game by 2-0. But you get Hugo Lloris, you put him in the goal of Arsenal, Arsenal concedes 3 goals. You get Ramsdale, you put him in the goal of Spurs, Spurs keeps a clean sheet. So the difference in that game was the goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale. Aaron Ramsdale is really a very good goalkeeper, and he has gone ahead to surprise me on very many occasions, and he has surprised very many people. But he's really a very good and decent goalkeeper. But for this, trust me, I'm going with this man. I'm going with David De Gea. Do you know why? He's a seasoned goalkeeper. He has been here for years. He has been doing this for a very long time, and anything that every player or any analyst would put Ramsdale ahead of him, he has gone ahead to perfect it this season. Go to the stats, go to SofaScore, put the stats of David De Gea and Ramsdale here. You'll see who is really perfecting what and who is not perfecting what. So there are 2 good, decent goalkeepers. I applaud Ramsdale. I hold him high. But trust me, I believe David De Gea is a really good goalkeeper. That's it. Very, very good goalkeeper. If I told you watch that game of Crystal Palace, he's the one who keeps us in the game with that tip save that really forced the ball to hit the crossbar. And very many other games, he has come on through and really went ahead to really save United from really losing. Same applies to Aaron Ramsdale, but I've gone with David De Gea. So over to you in the comment section, De Gea or Ramsdale. Now, let's go to the right back. I believe there is no conversation here because Dalot is out of this game. Remember, in this combined 11, I'm only considering players who are viable to play in this game of football today. That's it. I'm not talking about players that are really injured. I'm talking about players that are in the match squad to play today. Now, Diego Dalot is out. And if I told Diego Dalot was here, a conversation would have been held because I believe there is a very huge difference between Diego Dalot and Ben White, especially going forward. You get the offensive game of Diego Dalot is really out of this world and it's really ridiculous. So Ben White is facing Aaron Wan-Bissaka because right now United's right back is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. However much Aaron Wan-Bissaka has put in cameos of really looking good going forward defensively, he's no longer into that sliding player every time. He only goes for a slide when it's really required. For like in the game of Crystal Palace, he put into slides. Most memorable is that of Jacques Zaha when he stopped him in the dying minutes of the game and really slid into that very well. So, but Ben White, good, consistent, and he has been really looking good in that right back side of Arsenal. As I told you, if Dalot was available, it would have been a different conversation altogether. And that's why Arsenal are really going in for a player who plays like Dalot, known as Franz Schneider, the right back who plays for Valladolid in Spain. And very soon, that might be the third signing of Arsenal. So, on the right back, Ben White over Aaron Wan-Bissaka any day. Good pass of the ball. He gives Arsenal lots of options in the wide areas. He gets that ball. He's a reference. He really does great things for the club of Arsenal. And he's solid, and going forward, he's really improving his game. But he's solid at the back, but he's facing Marcus Rashford today. You're going to see how everything is going to happen there. Now, let's go to the left back. Arsenal is having Zinchenko, Kian Tierney. United are having Tyrell Malacia and Luke Shaw. Tyrell Malacia, Kian Tierney, out. They are not in this conversation. The two gurus we are having are Zinchenko and Luke Shaw. Zinchenko, good player, perfectionist, best passer of the ball to me, I believe, in the entire Premier League. He's confident. He has all the skills. He needs to really go ahead and be consistent a lot because injuries have kept him out a lot. But I believe going forward and giving Arsenal possession, he's great. But I believe he has a defensive threat in him. Not so? Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real. You know, I support Manchester United, but their positions, I admit that this Arsenal player is better than that of Manchester United. And at the end of this combined 11, you're going to see me that I'm not biased on these positions. I'm giving you my realistic view of these. But everyone is entitled to his own opinion. You can come to the comment section and really say, no, Rokani, I've not agreed with you on such and such a player. Now, Zinchenko is that, but Luke Shaw, previously the manager has been playing him at the left back. But Luke Shaw, for the previous 2-3 seasons, he has been consistent. And to me, he was into that level of the best left backs in the Premier League. Robertson, Luke Shaw, even Kian Tierney. Kian Tierney was a little bit there, but because of his injuries and his inconsistency, really made him drop off. That's why Zinchenko plays ahead of him. But the reason as to why I'm going to put this man ahead of the other one is, so the man I'm talking about is Luke Shaw. The reason as to why I'm going to put Luke Shaw ahead of Zinchenko is the balance of play, offensive and in the defensive. I believe that Zinchenko is really good in the offensive and helping Arsenal have that possession. You get? But defensively, he's suspect. That's why Anthony scored on his debut against Arsenal at Old Trafford, because the positional discipline and positional sense of Zinchenko defensively failed him, and that led to Arsenal really conceding that goal. So I believe Zinchenko is a good player, but Luke Shaw offers a lot in the defensive and the offensive. That's it. So if Zinchenko at a point X improves on his defensive abilities, then I'll come in and tell you, all right, I'm 100% sure that Zinchenko is really a player that I can place into my team. But that is it for the left back. You can really tell me what you think about. Now let's go to the central defense. This is going to be easy. Now, United is having Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane. Arsenal is having Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba. Now, for United, Lisandro Martinez, if at all it was before the World Cup break, I would have gone for the two central defensive partnership Manchester United, Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez. But this time around, Lisandro Martinez has just come back from the World Cup and has not been playing games. He's not looking the other solid steel rock that was into that central defense of Manchester United. So for that, I cancel him out. So at United, I'm left with Varane. Then we go to Arsenal. Gabriel Magalhaes does the hard work. He's a very good player, but I believe he lacks composure. He lacks composure to this game of football. And I believe Saliba is the one I'm picking, that central defense of Arsenal. So for me, in this combined 11, I'm going for two central defenders. One is Rafael Varane playing on the right side of the central defense, and the other is William Saliba. That's it. So I believe that will be my central defense on any day. That's it. Saliba, Rafael Varane. Because all of them can do the dirty work, they can do the hard work, and they are composed. They are good on the ball. They are good at game reading. They are lightning quick, good game readers. They are good at defending. Obviously, their football intelligence and game reading is on another level. That's it. So I go with Saliba on the left side of the central defense and Rafael Varane onto the side of the right side of the central defense. Now let's go to the three-man midfield. Now, if Casemiro was here, a debate would have been held here between Casemiro and Partey, and would have gone here to argue about it, but no reason to argue about this. Putting Scott McTominay in the same statement with Thomas Partey is an insult to that Ghanaian international. I believe this is undoubted. Partey Thomas goes in that position. In the three-man midfield, Thomas Partey ahead of everyone. If I told Casemiro was here, the debate would have had some gist in it. But right now, the argument is nothing. It holds no water. It holds no water because Casemiro is not here. So in that position, it's obviously Thomas Partey. Now, Thomas Partey has to be playing alongside either Bruno Fernandes or Odegaard, Eriksen or Granit Xhaka. This is where another contentious decision is going to be made by me, and you guys are really going to get to know how this should go. Now, Xhaka, Eriksen. Now, Eriksen is really a very good player, and Xhaka has really had a very tremendous season at Arsenal. You get? This season, everything is really going all the way for Granit Xhaka, not getting yellow cards as he used to get, red cards, unless the game of Tottenham Hotspur, when he lost his head at the end, when the fans attacked Ramsdale. But the rest of the things have been flowing on well for a player called Xhaka. But he's taking on Eriksen. Now, you know, when you look at Eriksen, he's exactly what you need in the midfield. That's it. He's exactly what you need in midfield. And I think there is no debate between him and Xhaka, though people would like to put it here because all what. But Christian Eriksen has been doing this for a very, very long time, consistently. Even when he got that cardiac arrest and returned, he played at Brentford for 6 months. He produced more stats than Xhaka in that season. Even this season, Eriksen has gone ahead to score goals for United, and he has close to 7 assists in the Premier League. That is Granit Xhaka. So that is Eriksen. So I believe the two players who are supposed to be playing alongside Thomas Partey or Thomas Partey's shoulders should be those players that are really good on the ball and can go ahead and really create lots of things up the pitch, because Partey is going to be playing that single pivot and shielding the back four. So for that, I go for this man, Eriksen over Granit Xhaka. That's it. And I believe if at all Eriksen was at Arsenal, he would have been playing ahead of Xhaka. That's it. You know, there are players that are really undoubted. You know, if you're talking about Kevin De Bruyne, you're talking about Luka Modric, talking about Eriksen, that's the class of players you're talking about. And Arsenal is having another player that is coming into that class. And he's the one we're going to discuss about right now. That is Martin Odegaard or Bruno Fernandes. I believe Bruno is a very good player. I have my reservations on him because he doesn't do exactly what a cam does. So, for this, if at all you've been watching this channel, you've seen me make decisions on this. Captain Odegaard. Captain Odegaard. To me, he's my best player onto the field of play in the entire Premier League. He's supposed to be my player of the season because he's going to continue firing in goals. He has 8 goals this season, a good number of assists on him. His intensity is out of this world, and the way he plays this game of football. You know, you might be a player who is really tenacious, hardworking, with all physical attributes onto you, but the class, you get, the flamboyancy into the game, the flair, you get. So this guy is sublime. He's flawless. You know, he's really a player that you can describe in one word. You need to get a variety of words to assemble them into one to really talk about Martin Odegaard. And I believe, to me, I pick Odegaard on any day ahead of Bruno Fernandes because Bruno Fernandes is performing very well. He has put in more assists than every player in the Premier League ever since he came here in 2020. But trust me, he's not Odegaard. Odegaard is really special. Good, special, and very special player. Now, let's go to the 3 forwards. Now, for the right forward, no question mark. It's supposed to be this guy. It's supposed to be this guy. I don't want to hear any United fan mentioning even the word Anthony. Anthony cannot even less the boots of Bukayo Saka. Saka is really immense. He's just phenomenal. You get? His emphatic impact on play, on the field of play, is really out of this world, and he's really flying out high with the best in the Premier League, not the goats, with the best, because he's not yet a goat, but he's flying up there with the greats in the Premier League this season. So Saka at that side. That's it. Now, let's go to these 2 contentious positions. Now, I'm going to deal with these 2 positions at once. We are having 3 players contending for them. I'm not going to mention Weghorst. Just played 1 game for United. No reason for putting him here. So we are left with 3 players: Eddie Nketiah, Marcus Rashford, and Martinelli. When you say that Rashford is going to be played as a left forward, obviously Martinelli is out. And I've seen people coming out and really arguing that Martinelli is better than Rashford. Really? Really? Have you been watching this game of football? Have you been watching this game of football? Rashford has decided games, not only this season, but for very many big seasons. In the Champions League, in the FA Cup, in the Carabao Cup, in the Premier League. And for Gabriel Martinelli, he's just getting his full debut season for Arsenal, because last season, he started to play for Arsenal when Bukayo Saka got an injury in the game of Newcastle. That's when he made his stamp here. You get? Rashford is having 8 goals with 3 assists. Yeah, I think he's having 3 assists. Then Martinelli is having like 6 goals and some 3 assists. So, I saw to it that in the absence of Gabriel Jesus, why not knock out Nketiah? Because Nketiah can no longer be in this conversation. Nketiah cannot be in this conversation, because if you are to talk about Nketiah to lead this line, I won't allow it. Martial is out, is injured. That's out. Weghorst cannot come here. And Nketiah has just played 4 games and scored 2 goals. Yet we are having 2 players, Martinelli having 6 goals and Rashford is having 8. These players are having close to 20 plus goal involvements in between them for their teams. So their contribution is immense. And I found it insane for really kicking Martinelli out of this team. And guess what I did? I said, I go with Martinelli on the left, and I put Rashford to lead the line, because Rashford has led the line, and most of the goals are scored for Manchester United this season. He has been leading the line. So that is my combined 11. David De Gea, Ben White, Rafael Varane, Saliba, Luke Shaw, Eriksen, Partey, Odegaard, Martinelli, Marcus Rashford, and Bukayo Saka. Meaning that United is having David De Gea, Rafael Varane, Luke Shaw, Eriksen, and Marcus Rashford. 5 players, meaning that Arsenal having 6. So it's a 6-5 split. I think I've done it very well. But I know others are going to come out and really say, Rokani, no, you've not done it very well. That has been really a total lie. Such and such a player is supposed to be involved into this. But that's my view. So your views welcome in the comment section below. Now, the manager, Erik ten Hag or Arteta. Guys, I love Erik ten Hag. I love Mikel Arteta. But with what Arteta has done for this club, with what Arteta has transformed this club, when you look at the players that Arteta inherited, oh my God, he deserves to be the manager for this team. But big respect to Erik ten Hag, just 6 months into the league, but he has turned things around like never before, ever since Alex Ferguson left. For we at United, we call him the biggest thing that has ever happened to Manchester United ever since Sir Alex Ferguson left. So that is it. My manager is Mikel Arteta, and obviously that is my combined 11. Your reactions to the combined 11 are welcome in the comment section below. Rokani David is my name. Guys, allow me say bye-bye for you, and I think you will leave it at this as we go on and really bring in more stories. But that is my combined 11 for today. Obviously, your reactions are welcome. I know some contentious comments are going to be coming in through because we can't agree on everyone. So I'm out. May the Almighty bless you abundantly. It's a Sunday. Find means to pray to God, go to church, pray at home, or do some little bit of charity and help the needy. Rokani David is my name. I'm out for now. See you later.